And clash between South Canterbury and Wairarapa Bush. South Canterbury unbeaten this year, and I'm not sure the last time they were beaten actually, so they're in a very good side. All-conquering South Canterbury side, we'll call them today, against bottom of the table Wairarapa Bush. It's all up against Wairarapa Bush today, and with me today in the commentary is Jeremy. So Jeremy, thoughts on the game today?
Yeah, cheers Tony. Yeah, like you said, South Canterbury have been the form team of the competition this year, unbeaten 4 games. They knocked over Wanganui last week at Wanganui, so it's going to be a tough day, I think, for Wairarapa Bush. They're going to have to show up, start the game well, and go from there, put a bit of pressure on South Canterbury, and hopefully they can pick up their first win today.
No mai, haere mai, welcome to Masterton and welcome to Memorial Park for our round 5 clash between Farriers Wairarapa Bush and South Canterbury. Our teams are a moment away from entering the field. And we have Maggie Cogger-Orr out in the middle today, ably assisted by our assistant referees Alistair Payne and Chris Jeffries.
So the temperature today is around about 15-16 degrees. It'll be pretty hot for those boys. Now here come the teams now.
Here come Daryl Pickering and the Farriers Wairarapa Bush. Hands together.
Is Wairarapa Bush out first?
Cam Russell leading out the green and blacks of South Canterbury.
And here comes South Canterbury, yep, onto the field, looking pretty sharp.
Absolutely beautiful day for rugby today. A slight breeze from right to left as you look at it on the screen, which will favour South Canterbury in the first half. But there should be plenty of running rugby today. It should be a good, exciting game, this one.
Absolutely. And for everybody at home, Maggie Cogger-Orr, if you didn't hear that, is the referee today. She's a very promising up-and-coming ref in the New Zealand system, which is pretty exciting. Ably assisted by Chris Jeffries and Ali Payne. Looks like we might be seeing a haka here from Wairarapa Bush. As we all know, it's Māori Language Week this week. Nice. It's a nice way to start the game. Plenty of energy there from Wairarapa Bush, Jeremy.
Yeah, it was. Good to see. Good to see. Hopefully they carry that on to the start of this match. As I mentioned, key to this match today for them is to starting well. They've been pretty impressive up front, I think, Wairarapa Bush this year. They've held their own, certainly in the scrums. But as we know, South Canterbury have got a lot of exciting attacking outside backs. So the key today will be shutting them down and making sure they don't get a lot of space, because if they do, they could score a lot of tries on today. Yeah, completely agree. Couple to watch out for today. On the wings there is Tamasi Bakaka and Sorelli Bulirurua on the wings. They're pretty exciting players. And Tipi Haida, about to kick off, start the game. Maggie Cogger-Orr is his time on. Tipi kicks it down. Taken there for Sam Briggs, who does a nice clearance. That's a huge distance on that straight away from Briggs. It's about a 50-metre punt straight into the game. So the first line out will be going to Wairarapa Bush and about 40 metres out from their own line. So a conventional start there, Jeremy. Yeah, a good start there for South Canterbury. That's, as you mentioned, a very, very good kick there to get them back inside the Wairarapa Bush half.
And that's a nice big throw down to Wairarapa Bush down the back of the line out. Tippy there comes across to Tuffa. Tuffa puts a nice nudge in there, and Tristan Flutie's chasing it down. And Samoti takes it there on the full, and he passes it back infield there to Bulirurua. He's a very dangerous player, back from injury today, is big Bulirurua. And he puts a beautiful outside ball there. Look out, here comes South Canterbury straight away. on the attack, coming straight down about 10 metres out from the 22. Willie Wright in there gets the ball. Wairarapa Bush in there spoiling. It's a great start from South Canterbury, and they're securing the ball, taking their time, making sure they're getting it right. Big Garrett Casey with the carry from the big man, the big tight head prop. That's really nice. Willie Wright in there digging straight away, straight back out to Briggs, into the backs there. Oh, that's a beautiful pass there. And that's a great, Wairarapa Bush in good position, but it's spewed out there, and it's play on. It's play on there. Centre Zach Mackay takes it up. Wairarapa Bush going in digging, but off his feet, Wairarapa Bush. Yep, Maggie Kogoroa right on the game there. Must release. No clear release there. And South Canterbury looking really strong early. Jeremy?
Yeah, as we saw there with the kick, they're going to have a good chase line because, as we've said, those outside backs are very dangerous, and giving them any space at all, they're going to carve metres off like they did just then. So they'll have to tidy that up.
Yeah. So this will be Grayson Dale to throw in for the South Canterbury lineup. He wasn't there. He wasn't there last week. Connor Anderson started last week. So this will be. Oh no, hang on. Looks like the tight head prop's going to throw in. Garrett Casey. So Garrett Casey to throw to the line out. Goes down there, and it's a nice take there from Henry Bryce. And he comes around the front of the line out there, the big locker motto. Oh, and that's good defence from Wairarapa Bush. Watch for him today, the big fella, Anthony Amato. He always enjoys a good steak, according to his profile. Big Anthony, and he's been a big carrier for South Canterbury this year and last year, to be fair. So he's a very dangerous player. But that was good defence from Wairarapa Bush to hold them out.
Yeah, very good defence there from Logan Wakefield. He did very well to stop him there because he had a bit of head of steam up there and very close to the line, but a good tackle to stop that try.
So as Jeremy mentioned earlier, the Wairarapa Bush have actually gone well in the scrums this year. So let's see if they can hold up well under big pressure here, only 5 metres out from their line. Pickering to feed the ball into the scrum. Jack Loader will be at number 8 today for Wairarapa Bush. It'll be interesting to see what, and it's a handy enough scrum there, and they're just trying to get a better angle there. But there's the run, just trying to get a better angle for the punt out. Maggie Kogoroa, she's rolling the Wairarapa Bush there off their feet at the ruck. It's a quick tap from Willie Wright to the second 5, and try time. Ramawai.
Try scored there by South Canterbury, number 12, Senamalati Ramuai.
Ramuai running a very good line there, Jeremy. Very good line.
Yeah, and the experience of Willie Wright to see the sort of a gap there and take that penalty quickly rather than slowing things down. It's a big hole there, and Ramuai ran straight through it, and a very easy try to kick the day off.
Yeah, absolutely. It's actually a bit of a calling card of the South Canterbury team. When I was having a look at some of their games, they do a lot of quick taps. They don't tend to muck around, and they obviously train it and they set for it. And it's an exciting way to play rugby. They're a hard side to contain. As Briggs comes in for the conversion, puts that over comfortably. So early try for South Canterbury makes it 7-0 there on the Eastwood Motor Group scoreboard after 4 minutes play.
Conversion successful from Sam Briggs. It's South Canterbury 7, lead Farriers Wairarapa Bush 0. 4 minutes gone.
As we can see too early, is Maggie Kogoroa. She's onto that at ruck time.
Yeah, you mentioned that before the game. Any sort of discrepancies in that ruck, she's gonna ping them early. So they've got to be careful of that.
Yep. As Tippy kicks off there, and that's a lovely take there from Amato. And it comes back out to Briggs there at first 5, and that's a nice cut-out ball to Samoti, the fullback. And that's another beautiful ball there to Bakau. And he's looking to take his defender on. That's good. Tristan Flutie with a very nice tackle there as they come in, Willie Wright. And that's another penalty there, not rolling. And Wright straight away, quick tap, and he's made a breakdown down the middle. Willie Wright's looking really good here. He's got support, and is he going to find it? And he finds it there from the open side. Cam Russell, the captain, goes out to Amoto. The big man, Amoto, running into gap, and that's another try. And that's a bully Ruarua. That's an outstanding play again from Willie Wright on the quick tap. Look out.
Yeah, that's twice now he's done that, and Wairarapa Bush has been caught napping.
For Senamalati Ramuai. South Canterbury 12, Wairarapa Bush 0.
So looking very, very dangerous there. Willie Wright just absolutely not mucking around at all, just taking a really quick tap. Looking really dangerous, Jeremy.
Yeah, those infringements really cost the Wairarapa Bush at the moment. Obviously, they've had 3 or 4 penalties against them already, and twice they've been punished. Willie Wright, very quick. The quick tap again, and found his old mate Ramuai outside him, and he'll score 2 within 5 minutes.
Yeah, look out. It's a bit... Hey? Oh, was it Kekala, was it? The number 8. Hey, that's fine, right? It can be quite hard to tell early in the game. So that was Kekala for everyone back in South Canterbury at home who gets the try. He spent most of the season injured this year, and it's good to see him back running around the big number 8 as Sam Briggs converts. Makes it 14 points to 0 after 6 minutes.
Conversion successful from Sam Briggs, converting the Siu Kekala try. It's 14
to the
points.
Bacau. And he's
Bush really need to get into this game, Jeremy.
Yeah, they do. They've had no territory whatsoever yet. They've sort of kicked off, and South Canterbury have found their way outside of their own half very easily. So if they can try and put some pressure on in the South Canterbury half, it should make things a bit easier.
Here we go. Warwick Bush finally get the ball. Pickering out to Inia Cartier at centre. And there's Warwick Bush finally getting some ball inside the South Canterbury half. It's Pickering in there looking for the ball. Going out to Jack Loader. He's always keen to carry his big Jack. And he hits it up there. Pickering, quick recycle there to Tippy. Tippy looking outside him there to Tamilau. Tamilau looking to go through the gap there. And he's got it up to the 22. Warwick Bush still retaining some nice position there. Pickering in there digging. And that's a nice hit up in there from Wairarapa Bush. They're getting some front foot ball. And Pickering in there again. Up to Tippy at first 5. To Tuffer. That's nice defence from South Canterbury getting off the line quickly. And Inia Cartier in there digging. Played a lot of halfbackers in here. And that's a big hit from South Canterbury. Really aggressive defence. Really like that. Warwick Bush slowing it down now. And they're just taking some easy metres just in around the ruck there. As Pickering takes it out to Smith. Smith at first receiver. And he takes it down there. And Pickering in there digging. To Tippy at first 5. Tippy looks to take the gap. And he goes through. And he makes a small 2 metre break there. Warwick Bush quickly to over the top with the blowout. Tristan Flutie at first receiver. Flutie looks to make a little run. And there's Jared Hawkins there. And he's over there to the clean out. Has he managed to get rid of it? And he has managed to clean it out there. And there's Big Tolu. And he tries to do a little run down the sideline. Did South Canterbury manage to take him out? And he is. So unfortunately, that's basically ended up a turnover as he's put him out. And looks like a quick throw from South Canterbury. And Maggie Gore says play on. And that's another huge punt. That's another 50-metre clearance there from South Canterbury.
Yeah, much better play there from Warwick Bush. Some good front foot ball, but again, turning the ball over with the line out there. And again, Willie Wright going quickly. Obviously, South Canterbury want to play this game at a very quick pace, and they've shown that already. And they look very, very dangerous.
As the throw here from Sam Siossi, he's actually wearing the number 3 jersey as Big Sam. And it looks like he's going to go to Smitty in the middle of the line out, Andrew Smith. And that's a nice take in the middle of the line out there. Pickering out to Tippy at first 5. And it's an out the back ball to Tuffer, who goes out to Seri Vaka. And he passes it out to Tommy Lau there on the wing. Wairarapa Bush have stretched them right across. They've got a very big back line or very big attacking line right across here. Comes to the carry there. That's a nice carry straight up the middle there from Logan Wakefield. Pickering there to Inia Cartier. They've got some numbers here. Goes Inia Cartier, puts the little jab through. But there's no one running onto that. So here's Samoti. He's looked dangerous every time he's had the ball today. Bakal, look out. He's also very dangerous. And he looks like he's knocked it on there. So Wairarapa Bush are going to get a scrum inside the South Canterbury half.
Yeah, it looked like Inia might have made the wrong decision there. He sort of had 3 players outside him and only 1 defender and went with a kick. And if he had a passed, it could have been very, very interesting down that far side.
Yeah, I would have just liked to see Wairarapa Bush just try and retain some possession for a bit.
Yeah.
Just start to get into that like they were doing down here on the 22. But obviously Inia saw something there, but the communication wasn't right. So Wairarapa Bush here actually get a scrum inside the South Canterbury half, which will be the first scrum. They were right down there on the 5, and that went pretty well. Haven't seen much of Tapo Leomanu on the blind side for Wairarapa Bush yet. He's a very powerful runner.
Yeah, very, very good player. Can obviously play hooker or prop as well. So be interesting to see how he goes on the blindside flank today.
Absolutely. As the first scrum goes down there, the scrum goes down there. They've already had one, and both sides just getting used to each other. But they wouldn't want to do that too much with Maggie. She'll be getting on with the game. As the 2 scrums look to set, like I said earlier, South Canterbury's got a whole new front row today. And we'll see how they all go. Pickering to feed the scrum here for Wairarapa Bush. That's a better hit from both sides. South Canterbury looking to put some heat on, but a good scrum from Wairarapa Bush. As Pickering there, passed it out to Tippy at first 5. Tuffer puts a short ball to Inia Cartier running it. And he gets the ball away to Tippy around the back. And there's Tristan Flutie coming from the other wing. Here comes Flutie. Flutie beats a player. Gets it up to the 22. Does Tristan Flutie. Lovely run there. And there's Jared Hawkins, his Martinborough teammate, right on his shoulder to take it forward. Oh, and Wairarapa Bush give away the penalty, not release it. Well done, South Canterbury, over that ball.
Yeah, very good play there from Wairarapa Bush. They do look dangerous. They've looked dangerous a couple of times now down that far left side. But again, just getting isolated there after the break and conceding the penalty.
Very impressed with is that pretty stronger than we think? South Canterbury's kicking that ball a long way every time they kick it.
Yeah, I think it might be. It can above the hedge there. It can get a little bit heavier above the hedge there. So maybe that's the thing. Because I know ground level it doesn't feel that strong, but like you said, they've carved off some big metres with those kicks.
As Garrett Casey there throws it in there to big Henry Bryce with the take. And South Canterbury looking to go through the middle there. That's Zach Mackay with the hit up in the midfield. Willie right in there digging. And that's a nice switch of play there and Samoti gets it out there to Bulirurua on the right wing, who makes a nice run. And South Canterbury always got plenty of numbers in there at the breakdown. Willie right in there digging to Briggs at first five. They've got a very good combination, those boys. Played a lot of rugby together. As South Canterbury just go to the midfield here for a setup. Right to Briggs. And he passes it out there to the big loose head prop, Keegan Gray. As Keegan hits it up, Zach Mackay there, looking to do a cutout ball. Here it comes out to the left wing, Pakal. Oh, that's Tristan Flutie goes low and takes him out over the sideline, and no arms in the tackle there. Maggie doesn't miss much at all.
No, probably a little bit hard done by there. I think he had his left shoulder there instead of the right one and just couldn't quite wrap his arms. But again, South Canterbury in the Wairarapa Bush 22.
So Bakaka's looking dangerous too out there, Jeremy, on the left wing.
Yes.
South Canterbury.
Yeah, they seem to have hit numbers a lot of the time on this left hand side. But as you saw just then, they can switch the play very easily, which they did well. So they're sort of dangerous on both sides of the field, which makes it very difficult to defend.
Yeah, absolutely. And like we alluded earlier, that's the big problem here with this South Canterbury side. And Zach Mackay just seems to have beautiful passing. He just gets those beautiful cutout balls going, Jeremy, and gets it out to those wingers who just want to see the ball as much as they can. And they've also had their number 8, Sua Kakala. He looks like he likes quite happy to run wide as well.
Yeah.
Extra man.
Yeah, no, they're very, very dangerous on the fringes. And like you said, Zach Mackay, he's got very good distribution. And we've already seen it a couple of times with big cutout passes. And that's creating a lot of space on the outside, which is very dangerous.
So there's been an early change here for Wairarapa Bush. So Big Tolu, unfortunately, from Greytown Club, he's given way to a calf injury by the look of that. And we've got James Coburn, number 18, coming on for Wairarapa Bush. So unfortunately, an early change there at tight head prop for Bush. So South Canterbury got a beautiful attacking position here, about 7 metres out from the line, as big Garrett Casey in to throw the ball. Oh, it's another take. He's dominating the line, and it's Henry Bryce. And that's pulling down. Another penalty against Wairarapa Bush. Maggie Kogaoa. So that's Willie Wright out to Briggs. Briggs with a cross kick there. It looks like it's a touch too deep. And Maggie's coming back for the penalty from the maul being taken down. But South Canterbury, they're not scared to try anything. They are prepared to go from anywhere. Quick taps, wide kicks are very much into this. This is pretty exciting.
They love to play the game at pace, and they've shown that already. So Wairarapa Bush are going to have to be on their toes at all times to try and counter that. And the penalty count's up to 5-0, so we need to sort our discipline out, Jeremy.
Yeah,
that's key. I mean, especially when you're playing against the top side, you can't afford to give away easy penalties, easy metres, which they have done so far. And, as we've seen, South Canterbury, they'll punish you.
So this is even better line out. This is right on the 5 now. Big Garrett Casey and Henry Bryce is completely dominating the line out there at the big number 4. Let's see if it goes to him again. Looks like Andrew Smith's against him there, and Amoto, the big lock. He's been outstanding already, the big man, and it goes to the back of the line out, and there's the big number 3 with the ball, and looks like he's rumbling close to the line, and that's a try to Garrett Casey. Just too much. It's altogether just too much pressure, Jeremy.
Yeah, it's just good play. They good line out, good set up. They set up a good maul, managed to to squeeze off the side of it there, and there was nothing left there, and they've gone over very easily.
Try scored by the big number 3, Garrett Casey for South Canterbury. 19 points to 0, 14 gone.
So Big Garrett, he must have played a bit of hooker in his time as well there, because he's throwing the ball in the line out, and he's just he's just scored from that scrum. He knows where to be and what to do. He's looking pretty impressive, the big fella. So that takes the score out to 19-0 after 14 and a half minutes on the Eastwood Motor Group scoreboard there. So Farriers Wairarapa Bush have got a bit of work to do here. They've actually been down at least into the south, but I'd say the territory would be somewhere around 80%.
Yeah, and that's the key, isn't it? They've looked reasonably dangerous when they've had the ball in the South Canterbury half, but obviously at the moment we just haven't had enough of that.
Unsuccessful conversion there by number 10, Sam Briggs. It's South Canterbury 19, lead Farriers Wairarapa Bush 0. And we have had a replacement. James Coburn has entered the field, taking over from Big Tolu Fahamokuia.
As Tippy kicks off there from halfway. Kakala, the number 8. Took him out in the air, unfortunately. Oh no, that was Amoto. And then that Sam Briggs does a nice cut-out ball there to Samoti. Passes it out there. And there's the number 1 there, Keegan Gray, with a nice carry for South Canterbury, just taking it into the midfield. But Maggie's coming back for the contest in the air from the kickoff. Once again, the discipline really letting Wairarapa Bush down. That's 6 or 7 penalties, and Maggie said enough's enough. Cap, here comes an official warning. she's had enough with that. And then Pickering, the referee Maggie, all having a chat to Pickering, saying, sorry mate, that's 7 penalties.
Yeah, 7 penalties now to 0 penalties so far. So Wairarapa Bush, they're going to have to pick up that discipline, aren't they?
Yeah, they very much are. They just need to start to gear, absolutely. And like with the size of these South Canterbury clearances, like this, he's got a huge punt, his Briggs. And there it goes again. That one didn't have quite the same angle, but he takes it down to about 5 metres out from the Wairarapa Bush 22. So once again, South Canterbury straight down on attack with an easy out, just easy metres, and give the South Canterbury side this sort of territory look out.
Yeah, they've already shown how dangerous they are once they get inside their own half. So another big defensive effort needed here from Wairarapa Bush.
Absolutely. Big Garrett Casey there. Finds at the front of the line out there. And that's a nice run in the midfield. Good stuff from South Canterbury. Good, strong running. And there's the captain, Cam Russell, with another strong surge coming round the corner. And they're just getting such nice presentation on their ball. Briggs there's to Samoti. And he looks like, and there's the left winger, Bakaka. Bakaka beats 1, beats 2. Oh, and that's a Wairarapa Bush just getting 5 metres out from the line now. Willie Wright. And there's the big lock, Amoto. Try time, Anthony Amoto. He has been absolutely outstanding.
Try scored by big number 5, Anthony Amato. It's 24 points to 0.
And Big Anthony is from the Waimate Club. And he is having an absolute stormer today, Jeremy.
Yes, he is. But again, they've just got a great platform, haven't they? They're getting good front foot ball, quick ball, and that's allowing them to find space on the outside, which they did once again.
For me today, he's been one of the best players out there today.
Yep. Yeah, no, definitely.
He's really industrious. He's hitting the rucks hard, and when it's his time to go into the pods for his carries, he's running with real power.
Yeah, he's doing the hard yards up front, and then finding space out wide when the opportunity presents itself.
And Briggs here to line up the conversion. It's 24 points to 0 after 18 minutes. South Canterbury looking absolutely imperious at the moment, to be fair. And Briggs just puts over another 2 to take the score out to 26 points to 0.
Conversion successful there by South Canterbury number 10, Sam Briggs. It's South Canterbury 26, leading Farriers Wairarapa Bush 0.
Quite possibly they might be playing with a 40-point win, you never know.
Let's hope, eh? Let's hope. As Tippy kicks off from halfway. Oh, and they misread that one, so Wairarapa Bush are going to get the line out there. Oh, hang on, he's ruled. Hang on, referee's just having a scrum here to South Canterbury. Looks like Wairarapa Bush knocked it on from the kickoff.
There's one area they have done well so far is actually the kickoffs. Wairarapa Bush have caused a little bit of issues in the last 2 kickoffs now, putting some pressure on that kick chase.
Absolutely. So it's a South Canterbury feed to the scrum. And just from watching them so far, they've got a couple of really awesome options here. They'll do an awesome midfield crash, or they can put in a huge 50-metre punt. They've got lots of options this South Canterbury side. There's Willie right there, looking to put the ball in. It's not settled. Maggie blows her whistle. There's another chat to them. Cam Russell, the captain too, has been pretty industrious today. He's out of the Mackenzie Club down there in South Canterbury. And he gets through a lot of work. They're number 7. He's replacing the other captain who usually plays, Strawn, I think. He must have a bit of a niggle today. As South Canterbury look to feed the scrum. And it's a good hit. No, there it goes down. And Wairarapa Bush get the penalty there. Collapsing.
We mentioned it before the game. They have had a very solid scrum this year, Wairarapa Bush, and again today they're showing that. Hopefully now they can sort of get down to the 22 and take advantage of this.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. They just need to start to get into the game and start to get through some phases. Because when South Canterbury get down there, they just get such quick ball when they're on attack.
Yeah, I mean, they've had probably 80% territory and probably 80% possession as well at the moment, so it's hard to play any rugby when you don't have the ball.
Sure is. As Sam Siossi looks to feed this line out here for Wairarapa Bush, goes down the back. That's a nice take from Andrew Smith, the real estate agent out of Gladstone Club. Really nice. As Wairarapa Bush there looking to rumble it up, and they're actually getting some metres here, Wairarapa Bush. That looks like that's been taken down. Advantage to Wairarapa Bush here for the maul being taken down. Penalty. So that's a couple now to Wairarapa Bush. So just getting that possession, starting to have the ball, and the penalties come. Pickering with a quick tap there, out to Tippy. Tippy finds a Serivaka. A Serivaka looks to take the gap, and it's about 10 metres out from the line now for Wairarapa Bush. They just need to retain some possession. Pickering to Tippy at first 5. And that looks like Tapo with the nice hit up there, the blindside flanker. That's a nice. And then he goes Daryl Pickering in there digging out to Tippy at first 5. Tippy looking to take the gap. Tippy hits it nicely. There's some good support there from Hawkins and Smith. Looks like, I know Hawkins is out here on the wing, so that was Andrew Smith. And Wairarapa Bush just doing a little pick and go there, being close to the ruck. And that's another run there from Smith, who's getting through some good work today. The Gladstone lock. Sam Siossi there. But he lost it, big Sam. Amato there picks it up. What a surprise. He seems to be everywhere, that fella. And then Zach Mackay with the clearance. Bang. There it goes. Way back into Wairarapa Bush half. Tippy now is 10 metres inside his own half. As Tippy finds a Serivaka. Serivaka looks to take the gap, and he finds the gap. And he gets South Canterbury are there, but that's a good... No. What's Maggie ruling there? No.
All away, yeah. You had to be quick to release there. You only just hit the ground. But again, just Wairarapa Bush, little errors costing them. You know, they look good on attack again there. And then the knock on by Tupou, the ball gets turned over, and straight away you're back in your own half.
Yeah, we just can't afford that. We just can't afford that. We've just got to hold on to that possession. But when you're defending 80% of the time, it does take your legs away a bit.
Yep, that's exactly right. And that starts to show later on in the game.
Yeah, absolutely. And as we mentioned, it is a lovely day out there. The boys have got a fair sweat up. It's probably 50, but it already feels like 22, which no one's been used to this winter.
No, we haven't had weather like this for a while, that's for sure.
Even in the winterless Wairarapa.
Yes, yeah. I was talking to a few supporters before the game, and they said last week they had to hide themselves in the hedge with the southerly whipping in. So
yeah, I love it.
I told them I was smart enough to actually sit in the grandstand where it was nice and dry.
There's Garrett Casey there. Beautiful throw down to the back of the line out there to Cam Russell, the captain. And there's big Kakala, the big number 8. He's having another really good game. And there's Willie Wright digging to Briggs. Briggs looking to hit the line fast as Briggs, and he gets an inside ball. Yep, Wairarapa Bush just was about 1 metre out from the line now, South Canterbury. Willie Wright in there digging to Kakala. Kakala, the big number 8. That's a good hit there from Tapo, the big blindside for Wairarapa Bush. Really strong. But they'll retain possession here, South Canterbury, and there's Wright. And Tristan Flutie went for the intercept but knocked it on, so it's just play on. It wasn't deliberate. So South Canterbury there just looking to retain possession. And there's number 15, Samoti. The referee's come back for an infringement at the breakdown. Right in front of the posts. This will be dangerous.
Yeah, I think it might have been offside by the looks of it. Yeah, offside at the ruck there. But again, discipline costing Wairarapa Bush.
So South Canterbury have taken a scrum and the options galore. Jeremy, what do you think they'll go to here, mate?
I think the way Kakala's been running, I wouldn't be surprised to see him come off the back of the scrum. Probably Willie Wright on the right-hand side, and then you've probably got Samoti on that right-hand side with him as well.
Gosh, and then outside him will be Bully Rurua. Look out.
Yeah, it's just endless attacking options for them, isn't it?
Oh. So that was nice to see some good, strong hits there from Tapo.
Yeah, a very, very good hit. Like we said earlier, Kakala, he's a very strong runner, but he stopped him in his tracks very, very quickly there. That's the sort of defence they need to, eliminate them being able to access those outside channels. If they can make those big hits behind the advantage line on the inside channels, it lessens the options for South Canterbury out wider.
Absolutely. Really impressed with Sam Briggs at first 5-2. I know he's becoming an experienced player now, and he just is so calm.
Yeah, and he takes the ball to the line, which gives you options. If there's a gap there for him, he'll take it like he did that play there, or he can feed those sort of big ball runners outside him, on the advantage line, which is always helpful.
Absolutely. So South Canterbury here, probably the best attacking position you can have in all of rugby. I don't think that's being unfair.
No, it certainly is. Even as a slow halfback, I love a scrum like this.
Oof.
It's one of the only opportunities I get to score a try.
So South Canterbury here, and that's a good scrum from South Canterbury. And they're looking to put some heat on our scrum here as Kakala holds it in the back, and he's still going. And they've got an advantage. So they've milked the penalty. And Briggs is saying, go right, go right, go right. Kakala picks up, goes right, and bait through. Try time. Too easy there for the big man. Sweet Kakala.
Read it like a book. Straight off the back, a big hole there, and he's gone straight through it.
Try number 2 for Siu Kakala. It's South Canterbury 31, leading Farriers Wairarapa Bush 0.
Jeremy Anderson there with a bit of a Nostradamus call. They've got about 10 options and he picks it perfectly.
Yeah, well, like I said, as a halfback, that's the one player you want to have if you've got a big number 8 inside you. It makes your job a lot easier, but he didn't need Willie right there. He did it all himself.
Absolutely, and that's an easy conversion there for Sam Briggs, whose favourite movie is The Smurfs. That takes the score there to 33 points to 0 to South Canterbury on the Eastwood Motor Group scoreboard there after about 25 and a half minutes play.
Conversion successful by Sam Briggs. It's South Canterbury 33, leading Farriers Wairarapa Bush 0.
So there looks to be another...
I know Eddie Cranston has made his way onto the field.
I think it looks like it's Doug Jussick who's come off.
It does look like the prop.
So I'm guessing Tupou will go into prop now with Eddie Cranston going on the flank.
Yeah. So Wairarapa Bush have lost both starting props today. And there's Big Tupou with a really good surge. Strong again. He's getting through some good work there, the big man. And there's Logan Wakefield there getting involved. Good stuff, Logan, the young fella. And there's Tippy in there playing halfback. Tippy out there to Jack Loader. And just doesn't quite make the advantage line there. And there's Inia Katia looking to hit it at speed. It's good deep. Cam Russell just misses that one. Inia is like a bit of concrete there. He's only a little fella, but he's very powerful.
He's very difficult to tackle.
He is. And Pickering in there, back to Tupou again with another hit-up. Getting through a lot of work now. And there's Pickering, out to Tuffa, out to Tippy. And the Seti Vaka looking to hit the gap. Great tackle there from Zach at first, at centre there, Zach Mackay. He's a very good player. And then Wairarapa Bush here. They've turned it over though, his knee was on the ground. The referee said release, yep.
It's one thing they've done very, very well, South Canterbury on. There's been a couple of times where Walker's had a bit of space, and at club level he would carve teams up with that space, but they've defended very, very well in that midfield.
Yeah, and that's the difference of moving up the level, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely is.
So Wairarapa Bush here will just probably look to kick into the corner here and actually get some... so Cranston's gone up and taken the ball, and he's given it to Tuffa. Tuffa looks like he's going to push the ball into the corner here. Let's see how close he can get.
Too close by the looks of it.
Oh no!
Yep.
Oh no! It's just not going Wairarapa Bush's way. When it's not going well, it's really not going well, Jeremy.
And simple things like that you've got to do well. That just needs to go out even 10 metres out from the line. Give yourselves a chance because they haven't had many of those yet. But like we've seen it a couple of times when they have had the ball, they've looked reasonably dangerous. But it's just those little errors costing them. Tupou's running some great lines, getting some good metres over the advantage line. But then they spill the ball or, make little errors like that, and that's what costs you, especially against a good side like South Canterbury. You can't afford to do that.
Absolutely, that'll be a bit of a gut wrencher there for the big forwards who've been trying to get through a lot of work. That'll sting a bit. As it's a line out to scrum here, and they go straight out to the winger here, and he just puts his foot to it. Bakaka, but he loses it. Bakaka, right? Tristan Foodie gets the ball here, and Wairarapa Bush are about 10 metres out from their 22. But he's holding him up, so there's no advantage there. So Maggie's coming back for the scrum from the knock-on. Alrighty. So we've got some possession and getting some territory.
We do, yeah. And again, we've just got to hold on to the ball now. Put a few phases together, put a bit of pressure on that South Canterbury defence. But again, you've seen that they're happy to run from anywhere, the South Canterbury side. So they're always dangerous, and you've always got to be wary of them.
Absolutely. And I mean, we all know from playing a lot of rugby and watching a lot of rugby, everybody at home as well, that when the team gets on the front foot like this, they become hard to stop.
Yeah, it just snowballs, doesn't it? When things are going right, everything seems to go right. When opposite of that, when things aren't going well for you, nothing seems to go well for you. So, good chance here for the Bush though to get some good territory and hopefully get some points on the board.
And that's another scrum there that's gone down. Though there is 2 new props on now for Wairarapa Bush. So she's gone over to have a bit of a chat to the touch judge, Chris Jeffries. He's pretty experienced ref here in the Y. I think he's done 181 games actually.
Has he?
CJ?
Okay, yeah. I'm probably one of his most disliked players, I'd imagine. Like many halfbacks.
Yeah.
One day I'll make a very good referee.
So Wairarapa Bush looking to pack this scrum here. There's a bit of a battle going on here on the tight head side here for Wairarapa Bush. And James Coburn against Keegan Gray having a battle. Keegan's putting a bit of pressure on. That's a good scrum there from Coburn from Wairarapa Bush. Very good scrum. Putting some pressure on South Canterbury. Trying to return the favour. And they've got the advantage. Out to Tippy at first 5. Tougher. It's a little bit of a high tackle, that one. Oh, she's got that. She's just said it's crossing, not a high tackle. So it's coming back for the first infringement, which was the scrum penalty.
Great scrum from Wairarapa Bush there. That's what they need to do. Put some pressure on South Canterbury.
So it was good if on the replay here. It was really good from James Coburn. Actually bent Keegan a little bit, which that's been pretty tough to do today.
Yeah, definitely.
He's a pretty strong lad.
Yeah.
So this is good to see from Wairarapa Bush showing some fight. It's 33-0 after 30 minutes, so they've had a really tough start, but it's good to see some fight.
Yeah, and a good chance here, 15 metres out.
As Sam Siossi looks to throw into the line out. And you can see number 19 there, Eddie Cranston, in the middle of the line out now, who's actually come onto the flank, and Tapo's gone into prop. As he finds Andrew Smith in the middle. Unfortunately, it's not straight there from Sam Siossi.
Every time we seem to get a little opportunity, we just seem to blow it somehow at the moment.
Hey, that's exactly right. We're just not doing the 1% as well at all.
Yeah, correct.
The little kick into the corner went dead, and just the little things, you must get those right. It's pretty disheartening. So Wairarapa Bush here, South Canterbury have got a scrum here, looking to come out of their 22. South Canterbury's about 15 metres out from their own line. I'll probably do a crash in the midfield there, followed by a huge Briggs punt, the way it's been going.
Yeah. Or they'll spin it out wide and try and make metres that way.
Look out.
Yes.
It's another good scrum from Wairarapa Bush. Putting some really good pressure on. Kakala there, passes it out to Zach Mackay, puts in the big wipers kick, right up to halfway.
Yeah, and another great clearance there from South Canterbury.
And that's about a 35-40 metre clearance.
Yep.
And it just takes so good for those big forwards, just knowing they can just keep going forward. And
yeah, good front foot ball for the forwards. They always love that, the big fellas.
They sure do.
But a good scrum there from Wairarapa Bush.
Yeah, that makes a couple in a row, eh?
That's 2 in a row now. So no, if they can sort of get some scrums in the South Canterbury 22, then they should have a good platform to play some good rugby from.
Sam Siossi, that looks straight, but didn't find its man. As South Canterbury there clean up the ball, and they've got possession here just about 2 metres inside the Wairarapa Bush half. And that's a nice pass there. Oh, that's a good run. That's a nice big hit there from Jack Loader. That was a really solid hit. As right in there to Briggs. Briggs in there with the Wairarapa and the South Canterbury making a nice run there in the midfield. And Willie right in there digging. That's a Sam Briggs. Sam Briggs looking to run with the ball. Makes another couple of metres. South Canterbury just looking to get their line set. They've got a couple of pods out there. And there's Kakala. Kakala with another metre, so they're just not ready to quite go wide yet. They're very, very balanced. Zach Mackay there Bakaka, that's a nice tackle from a Seti Waka from Wairarapa Bush. And there's Willie Wright in there digging. And that goes out there to the big lock. I'm really impressed with him too, Henry Bryce. He's been the go-to man in the line out. And there's another big lock, Amato. He's very powerful. Beats 2, beats 3, 4. The big man inside the 22. Very hard to put down. And there's advantage for South Canterbury. And they're on the front foot now. Sam Briggs looking to run it into the line. They're about... And there's big Kakala hitting it up again. Needs another one. Kakala's only 5 metres out from the Wairarapa Bush line now. Massive attack here. And there's Amato. Amato passes it out the back there to Mackay. Mackay to Samoti. Samoti looks to take the gap. And he just about a half a metre from the line there. That's great defence. I think it might have been Tristan Flutie for Wairarapa Bush. And that's a nice pass and a really good run there from South Canterbury. Try time. South Canterbury. Just altogether too much pressure.
Yeah, and too much power. Some unbelievable running there. I think it started off with a Moto. He made about 10 or 15 metres there. And then Kakala again. Those boys just keep making those 5 or 10 metre breaks. Putting Wairarapa Bush on the back foot, and it's very, very hard to defend when that starts to happen. And again, they score relatively easily.
Some great team play there by South Canterbury. Sees Grayson Dale crash over, making it 38 points to 0. 34 gone.
Grayson Dale. Nice work there from South Canterbury. Takes that out to 38 points to 0 after 34 minutes.
Briggs adds the extras from just to the left of the uprights. It's 40 points to 0. South Canterbury lead. Farriers Wairarapa Bush.
As you might have heard there, that takes the score out to 40 points to 0 after 34 and a half minutes play. South Canterbury, for everybody at home, is the top of the table. I don't think they lost a game last year, and they won the competition and they're unbeaten again this year. So they are a very nice side, but Wairarapa Bush just need to show some heart and get through some 1%ers, don't they?
Yeah, and that's all that's been costing them so far. As you know, they have been making those little errors when they have had the ball.
Is it near Cartier there? There's once again Jeremy, as Jeremy alluded to. Wairarapa Bush are doing well from the kickoffs. Big Sam Siossi with a big run. 15-metre run from Big Sam, still going. He's up to about 8 metres from the line. Pickering in there digging out to Tippy at first 5. Tippy looks to see a bit of a hole and he cuts back on the inside there. Still about 8 metres from the line is Tippy Hora. And Wairarapa Bush get the penalty. So once again, the kickoff's gone well. Pickering with the quick tap out to Jack Loader. Jack Loader smashing his way to the line. Big hit there from South Canterbury. And they're about 1 metre from the line. And it's Tamilau. Tamilau looking to go. He's still about 1 metre from the line there, Wairarapa Bush. Maggie Cogglor having got advantage to Wairarapa Bush. She's got South Canterbury off their feet. There's about half a metre from the line. She's ruled a penalty there to Wairarapa Bush. Coming in, South Canterbury coming off their feet.
Much better play there from Wairarapa Bush as Daryl Pickering taps and goes.
And Tapo there gets himself about half a metre from the line with the big run. And that looks like Sam Siossi. No, Sam's just out here on the right, sorry. That's number 7, Jared Hawkins. Looks like a try. I think it was Jared Hawkins. Yep, certainly was. The open side for Wairarapa Bush.
Yeah, Jared Hawkins. He's a bit like Benjamin Button, old Jared Hawkins. He never seems to get old. I think he's about 38 or 39 now. He looks about 50. But he still goes as hard as anyone, and Wairarapa Bush get their first try of the day. Good to see.
Great play there by Farriers Wairarapa Bush. Sees number 7, Jared Hawkins, crash over for the first meat pie of the day.
And it came off the back of that pressure at the kickoff. That was the key, as you can see on the replay there. You know, they put a lot of pressure on the kickoff, and be able to win the ball back. And putting a couple of phases together, a couple of quick taps, good play, and they get rewarded with the try.
Absolutely. Aseri Waka there from the kickoff, putting in some really good pressure, and Inia Cartier, so the fullback in the centre from the kickoff. So Wairarapa Bush has got some very good tactics from the kickoff. And this is Tippy Hora to take the conversion. It's about 15 metres to the left of the upright. Tippy comes in, strikes it, looks pretty good, and it's over from Tippy Hora. So converted try there for Wairarapa Bush. So that takes the score to 40 points to 7 to South Canterbury after 37 minutes.
Conversion successful by number 10, Tiffany Hora. It's Farriers Wairarapa Bush 7, South Canterbury 40.
That's given the Wairarapa Bush crowd a little bit to cheer about. They're pretty vocal in that last 5 minutes. It's good to see.
They certainly are. As Jack Loader takes the kick off there and does a nice 10-metre run, does Big Jack. As Wairarapa Bush there looking to retain possession there, and another little pick and go, but South Canterbury have turned it over. And Willie right there out to Briggs. Briggs out to Samoti at the fullback, out to Zach Mackay, look out. And there's Bakaka. Bakaka, he's such a strong runner. Samoti in there for the blowout. Willie right in there quickly out to Briggs. Briggs at first 5. And it comes out to the big prop. I like Keegan Gray taking a nice hit up in the midfield as Keegan. Willie right in there digging away. He gets the ball back out to Zach Mackay. There's an advantage for South Canterbury. Zach Mackay beats one. Takes it into, and he's got good blowout there from the South Canterbury unit. And there's the blindside flanker. I haven't spoken much about the blindside flanker today, Lavaka. But Maggie comes back for the penalty right in front on the 22.
I think it was for not rolling away there again. So that discipline in South Canterbury, they're going to scrum. Again, a very good spot for a scrum here, 22 metres out, middle of the field. Will I call it again? Kakala off the back again? I'm picking we will.
Going again. You might as well double up.
Yep. Double or nothing here. Double or nothing.
But they just their running lines as well. So when they shift out here to the left wing, I'm really impressed. Bakaka always runs that line, smashes in on the inside, and they always have 2 men blowing, and it's so quick coming back to the right.
Yeah.
So hard to stop. Wairarapa Bush are still forming their defensive line.
Yeah, no, they are. And like you said, they've always got those 2 support players with them, which is something Wairarapa Bush has probably been a little bit guilty of and why they've probably turned it over a couple of times. But South Canterbury, the support's always there for them.
Absolutely. They're a very impressive side, South Canterbury. They're going to be hard to topple this season.
I would say so. Yep, they'd be my favourites for the competition for sure.
And then, it's not going to make us feel any better at home, Wairarapa Bush supporters, but I think South Canterbury might have about 3 or 4 players away today as well.
So do Wairarapa Bush. James Goodyear, Sam Gammy.
Absolutely, Jeremy, mate. I like it.
Missing the only Ikahuna player to play for Wairarapa Bush, so that's probably half your issue.
As they feed there, Willie Wright puts the ball into the scrum. Oh, and that's a pass. There's a scrum got screwed, and then it comes out here, and it comes back. And Samoti on the inside. They're not going to catch him. Too easy there. That was beautiful play from South Canterbury. And the fullback, Samoti, takes a beautiful try.
Yeah, as we watch the replay here, Willie Wright off to the right, hitting Briggs, and then just an easy inside ball, and no one in front of the fullback, Samoti, there, and he's just crossed the line for a very, very easy try. But again, great play from South Canterbury. It's it was a basic move, but it's scored a very good try.
And they'll be celebrating down there in the Tamuka Club. And Briggs gets the conversion there to take it out to 47 points to 7 at half time.
A lovely try right on half time to show and go. Lueli Samote converted by Sam Briggs. It's South Canterbury 47, leading Farriers Wairarapa Bush 7 at half time.
So, Jeremy, just before we have a bit of a break here at half time, just a recap of that half. I just feel that South Canterbury were just incredibly impressive. They just recycle possession really well. They play the right areas of the field, and they just hold on to that position and just got some great options. Yeah,
they've had great front football, and probably the first 15, 20 minutes, Wairarapa Bush, they got penalised off the park. I think it was 7-0 in terms of penalties, so the discipline wasn't there, and that gave South Canterbury the opportunity to get into the right positions in the field. And from there, they've got big, strong ball runners, Lavaka and Kakala, Amato, and they get good front football, and that's gives those dangerous backs a lot of space on the outside. Wairarapa Bush, they've had their opportunities. They've just made those simple little errors, which has cost them. Hopefully in that second half, that 40-point win might be 47 all at full time.
Absolutely. So everybody at home will be back in about 10 minutes' time.
Just doing a quick cap of the scores in round 5 of the Bunnings Warehouse Heartland Championship. North Otago have defeated Horowhenua Kapiti 89 points to 23. East Coast 12, trail West Coast 20, which is great news for us Wairarapa Bush fans looking for a Bill Osborne Taonga challenge next week. Bulla 0, Teams Valley 33. It's King Country 21, leading Mid Canterbury 8. And Poverty Bay 15 are leading Wanganui 14. Now 5 other Bunnings Warehouse Heartland Championship fixtures. Beautiful day here in the Wairarapa, so make sure you stay hydrated with plenty of food and drink options available behind the grandstand. Put your hands together for the Farriers Wairarapa Bush side coming back out onto the field for a big second half of footy here.
So Jeremy, turning around now with the wind, 40 points behind. What do we need to do?
And
to
Cam
start
Russell and the South Canterbury side making their way out to the field for the second half.
What can we achieve out of this 40 minutes, I suppose, is the better way of looking at it.
I think it's the two things we spoke about at half time there. The two basic things is discipline and not making those basic little errors. If they can tidy up those two things, I think we'll see an improved showing in the second half.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm not sure it's a 40-point win. That might have been a little bit optimistic.
Yeah.
But here's hoping. You never know.
So let's, and I mean, we're definitely showing some heart. But I mean, we just made some really basic errors, didn't we? Which could have led to a couple more tries.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, not kicking the ball out into the dead ball line on a penalty, and just little knock-ons when you're sort of 5 metres out from the try line. If you can eliminate those, all of a sudden, you've scored two or three extra tries, and the score's 47-28. So, yeah, if they can do that in the second half, then we should see some good tries from the Bush, hopefully.
So South Canterbury here looking to kick off and start the second half. The score once again is 47-7 to South Canterbury. As South Canterbury here look to take, Sam Briggs will be kicking off. Maggie checks with the captain. Good to go. As Sam Briggs kicks off. Straight down to Jack Loader by the look of it. And Jack Loader takes it. And beats one. And makes a couple of metres there, does Jack. Pickering in there digging to Tipo. Tipo there making a couple of metres. He always does. Always a willing carrier. Pickering out to Tippy. Tippy does a cutout ball out to Nia Cartier running on the inside line. Just a small unders line there. And Pickering there is just outside the 22. Out to Logan Wakefield. With a little surge there. That's Wairarapa starting to get through a few phases. Bit of a cutout ball there. Unfortunately, they knock it on there. Wairarapa Bush. Jared Hawkins, the try scorer from the first half. Just a bit unfortunate. It's a big ask trying and run it out from your 22, but I suppose they've got to try something. They're 40 down, Jeremy.
Yeah, it looks like that's how they're going to play in the second half. They're not going to kick the ball. But like you say, 40 points down, you might as well have a throw of the dice. But again, that's we talked about it about 2 minutes ago. Those basic little errors, and that's one of them straight away. And all of a sudden, South Canterbury on attack, 22 metres out.
So as Jeremy alluded to there, 22 metres out from the line, they're about 5 metres out from the right-hand touch. So South Canterbury attacking. Willie Wright to put the ball into the scrum. I've just got so many options out here in the backs. Here's South Canterbury. Can Wairarapa Bush it's a very good scrum there from South Canterbury. They're putting a little bit of heat on Wairarapa Bush. Willie Wright there with a beautiful ball to Briggs at first 5. And there's a big option there. Samote hitting the line, just popping it up there. In South Canterbury there, just taking it forward. Briggs springing around there, and it's going out. That looks like the left winger there, Bakaka. And that's a very hard run. That's that unders line that Bakaka seems to really like to run, and we've been talking about in the first half. And that's the big loose head prop there, Keegan Gray, taking it into the midfield. Some really good attacking position. South Canterbury's got lots of options there. And that's an out the back ball there to Briggs. And Briggs he'll go in again. Briggs is having a very good game. Once again, that was just much too easy. That was just an out the back ball, straight through, took the gap. Very easy there from Sam Briggs.
Yeah, that was too easy. If we have a look at the replay here, right feeding the prop, it was Casey there, and it was just a simple ball out the back door, and there was just no defence there whatsoever, and Briggs can stroll across the try line and score another try for South Canterbury.
Try scored there by South Canterbury number 10, Sam Briggs, who I'm sure will add the extras in front, making it South Canterbury 54, Wairarapa Bush 7.
Kelly Cartney saying this is a wicked game. She's obviously a South Canterbury supporter, not a Wairarapa Bush supporter.
And we're glad you're enjoying it.
Yes, we're enjoying it too, don't worry.
Yeah, no, we are. And they're just so impressive all over the field. I know we're going on about it a bit, but that 9-10 combination between Wright and Briggs is just so impressive. They just know where they're going to be.
Yeah, and again, they're getting good front football, which as a 9 and 10, it makes the game a hell of a lot easier. They've got those big ball runners. They're making good meters, and then you've got good quick ball
As Briggs kicks off there, Amato, I think that's takes the ball. He's been industrious the whole game. As they take it back into the midfield there, just setting up nicely. And that's a nice little pop ball there from Grayson Dale, try scorer from the first half. One of the try scorers. As they come out here, Samoti always keen for work, isn't he? He loves it. He's one of those very attacking fullbacks.
Turnover.
And there's Zach Mackay, straight through the middle of the ruck. Zach Mackay, and has an advantage to South Canterbury. As he goes down the blind side there to his right with a little chip over the top. Is it going to stay in? No, it just goes out, so they'll come back for the penalty. Is she going to... No, must have ruled advantage was over, and they've come back here. They've kicked it out on the full, so it's a Wairarapa Bush line out. 40 metres out from their own line. Pickering there has just gone down, putting his boot on. Wairarapa Bush have... Jared Hawkins and Jack Loader have moved out to the midfield for this.
Yeah, short line out here. I'd expect to see Jack Loader hit out in the midfield. He is a big ball runner.
Absolutely. So the options here are Smith and Wakefield in this line out for Wairarapa Bush. Smith has from Gladstone's been a very good source of ball. And that does, Siossi does find Smith right in the middle of the line out. As Pickering there finds Tippy at first 5. He comes across, and that's a nice angle there from Tuffer, taking it back in on the unders line. Pickering there looking to go to Smith. Smith with a short ball to Cranston. That's a very big hit from South Canterbury there, not giving us an inch. And that's Siossi. He's made some good yardage when he's had some runs as Big Sam.
He has, yes.
There's Pickering there, and Cranston coming around the side. Cranston pops a beautiful ball to Smith, the Gladstone combo, but it doesn't quite come off there. And then Wairarapa Bush look to retain possession. Jack Loader in there at the back of the ruck. As Jack looks to go, and he cuts out, he goes to Tippy there, out to Tuffer. Tuffer with a big, long, wide ball to Tapo. This could be dangerous. Oh, really good tackle there from the... And that's a good run there from Tommy Lau for Wairarapa Bush, and that's a nice long place from Tommy Lau. But look at the numbers from South Canterbury. There's like 4 there, that's why they've got the turnover. Beautiful play from South Canterbury. Beautiful cutout ball. Gosh, that number 3, Garrett Casey's a nice player. And then they go to... so that looked like Briggs, was it? Yeah. I'm not quite sure who that... And he puts a lovely kick down there to Briggs on his educated left boot. But that's Logan Flutie there looking to run it out from his own 22. Briggs misses that tackle. Flutie beats one, and he runs it about 7 metres outside the Wairarapa Bush 22. There's Wairarapa Bush here, look to take the ball, and there's Tippy Hyra there, does a cutout ball to Inia Katia. Inia Katia hasn't got too many options, he's going to have a go himself. Beautiful inside step, beats wonders Inia Katia, back to his forwards. That's smart play, that takes Wairarapa Bush to 40 metres out from their own line to Pickering. Pickering to Jack Loader with the hit. This is much better from Wairarapa Bush. And that's a good blowout from Sam Siossi. As Pickering there finds Tippy. Tippy at first 5, looking to go to the line. A cutout ball, but much better. That's really good play there. And there's a Wairarapa Bush taking it in there with James Coburn. As Tapo's in there at the back of the ruck. Tippy's in there playing deputising his halfback, and he does a cutout ball to Sam Siossi again. Another hit up from Big Sam. As Wairarapa Bush look to retain position here. Out to Tippy Hyra. Tippy Hyra does a Tougher with a cutout ball to Tristan Flutie. Tristan Flutie beats one on the inside and then makes 6-7 metres to Tristan Flutie, which is good front football for Wairarapa Bush. Tippy Hyra there comes at first receiver. Out to Andrew Smith. Andrew Smith into the midfield. Andrew Smith gets pushed back about 4 metres, but he gets the offload to Tippy Hyra. Tippy Hyra looking to go over halfway. Good play from Tippy. Retains position there, and Sam Siossi in there for the clean out again. Out to Seti Vaka. Seti Vaka looks to hit the line. Wairarapa Bush now inside South Canterbury half by 8 metres. Really good play. Pickering there to Tapo. Tapo hits it up there. He's up to the 40 metre line. Wairarapa Bush that's gone through about 8-9 phases now. This is really good. Pickering there with the sunny ball out the back. Tummy Lau looking for a gap. But he knocks it on after 10 phases. Look out. Look out. Oh, lucky that went forward. Because number 6 there, Solomoni Lavaka, was looking pretty dangerous. So that was actually a really good set from Wairarapa Bush.
Yeah, they probably went 15 or 16 phases and held onto the ball well, and it was just a little bit unlucky. Tommy Lau, he slid over there as he was trying to step on the inside and lost control of the ball. But like you say, they're pretty lucky it was a knock-on from South Canterbury there, because they had about 7 or 8 players on the overlap there, so that it could have been interesting.
They just take such good options. They're just such at one with their game, South Canterbury. Like when in that plays before the 15 phases, we had a nice run down here on the left hand side, and we had 2 men there. They had 5.
Yeah, and I mean that was after Wairarapa Bush had made a break of probably 20 metres, and they still managed to have 5 guys there in that ruck and turned it over. And then again, you're sort of going back to Sam Briggs, experienced player, saw a gap down the left-hand side there. I mean, he did miss the tackle, admittedly, but, he saw space, hit the space, and they managed to put Wairarapa Bush back in their own half again. So that, they, like you say, across the park, they've got good players across the park, and they're all sort of shining.
Absolutely. So it's 54 points to 7 on the Eastwood Motor Group scoreboard over there with 48 minutes gone. As South Canterbury put the ball in, they're about 6 metres inside their own half, 15 metres out from the right-hand touch. As Willie Wright puts the ball into the scrum here, it's another good scrum there from South Canterbury. And he finds Bully Rurua coming in off his wing there for a nice, it's ended up being a 3 metre gain past the scrum up to halfway. As Willie Wright's in there digging. And he finds, that's the big lock. He's been really industrious, Henry Bryce. Been really impressed with him. And there's the big tight head prop again, but it's an advantage to South Canterbury. Garrett Casey with the hit up. Out to Sam Briggs. Sam Briggs finds Samoti. Samoti looking really good. There's Bully Rurua, and he pops it out the back there to Samoti. And there's the hooker there, Grayson Dale. Grayson Dale takes it in. They've got good numbers there again, South Canterbury, with the blowout. But Maggie Orr decides to come back for the advantage right on halfway. Looks like right in the middle of the field. I would say here that what's Willie Wright? He's got the ball quickly. He's giving himself some options. Surveying the options. No. Decided to slow that one down. And I know they're playing into the breeze now, but with the size of this young man's boot in the first half, I don't think that'll matter.
No, I think he'll be able to get them down to the 20. Good defence there from Wairarapa Bush. South Canterbury didn't make a lot of ground there. But I guess, again, it's gone back to that discipline, giving away a little offside penalty, which kills you. And now they find themselves inside their own 22 again.
Absolutely. And those big South Canterbury forwards, because they are big men, just get that nice big roll on again with that piggyback straight down the field.
Yep, they've been going forward all day.
So as Garrett Casey, who has been one of my player of the day so far, the big fella, as he throws the ball into this line out. And he finds him again. Oh, that's slightly better from Wairarapa Bush, putting some pressure. Oh, Andrew Smith pouring through the line out. Samsey, Aussie. Beautiful big run there, about 12 metres from Big Sam. As Pickering there does the box kick. Well, it's more of a clearance, really, than a boxy, but it's good. It's using the wind, and it's put them back inside their own 22, which has created a little bit of pressure. And Smith takes the ball on the touchline there. Big Sam Siossi with a big head of steam. Crash! He goes into the defence. Good stuff from Big Sam. And that takes them to about 35 metres out from their own line. It's a cut-out ball there to Tippy. Goes out to Tuffer. Tuffer looks to take the gap. Tuffer makes the gap. It's a beautiful run there. And he gets the ball away. It hasn't. It's gone back. Tummy Lau goes back and gets the ball. Wairarapa Bush now just about up to the 22. They need to get numbers to that ruck. Get there, boys. And then it's a Seti Vaka. It's a little sunny ball out the back border. Inia Cartier. That's off his feet, that one from South Canterbury. As Pickering goes in there to Tippy. Tippy goes to Andrew Smith. He's out the back, and there goes to Tippy Hira again, looking to hole. Tippy takes a little hole, goes to Jack Loader. Jack Loader's got beat one, and he takes 2 men with him to about 12 metres out from the Wairarapa Bush line. Oh, and they give away the penalty. Just not the numbers at ruck. So Wairarapa Bush putting some really good play together, but South Canterbury, I think it might have been number 6, Solomoni Lavaka in there with the turnover. We will see here on the replay. Here we go, comes in there. It could have been Willie Wright. As Jack Loader goes to ground, it was the halfback.
Yeah, Willie Wright, straight on the ball, very strong. Great couple of bits of play there from Andrew Smith. He came through that line out, and then he showed unbelievable hands to catch that ball on the touchline. There's still a bit of fight in the old boy yet. He made a big sale a couple of weeks ago, so he's probably still thinking about all that commission that he's made.
Nice, the real estate agent out of the Gladstone Club. As Jack Loader is looking like he's coming to the touchline. There's quite a few replacements here for Wairarapa Bush. We will fill you in as we see them, but definitely number 21 is coming on the field, Aiden Champion. Number 22, Solly Malatai is coming on the field, and Nikora Iwi has come on the field. Tippy Hira's off, Ania Kati is off.
Substitutions for Farriers Wairarapa Bush. We have Aiden Champion, Solly Malatai, and Nikora Yu entering the field of play. For the Farriers Wairarapa Bush, be sure to get down to Farriers for a pulled pork burger. They taste delightful.
As South Canterbury spin it here out to the right-hand side, and that's Bully. No, that's Vaka. Sorry, that's number 8. He's gone really well. It's Kakala hanging out here on the wing, and that's obviously a set move. And then South Canterbury looking to hit the line again. That's the second 5 again. He's had a good game. The second 5. Oh, forward pass.
Looking very, very dangerous again, South Canterbury, aren't they? They just
Why? Ay.
they seem to get that roll on, and they make very, very easy meters.
Yeah, they certainly do. And I mean, we've brought on a lot of replacements now. So Champion has gone into first five. Nakota Iwi has gone into outside centre. Solly Malatai has gone onto the left wing for everybody at home. Yeah. Other replacements. It's good to get them some, get them out there, get them into the game. Unfortunately, I thought Ania Kartea at centre, who not usually a centre, has actually played very well.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, he's always dangerous. You never know what he's going to do. He probably doesn't know what he's going to do himself, to be fair, sometimes, but he can create some dangerous situations.
As Pickering goes there to Tristan Flutie, running up the right-hand side of the field. Oh, that's beautiful. That was the left winger there for South Canterbury, who got into there, Pakaka. He's such a strong runner too. Loves running that unders line. He's never ever goes out over that touch line and never gives away possession, which is a really awesome trait to have as a winger. And when he gets his opportunity, he takes it, Pakaka. Oh, that's a lovely line out there. Logan Wakefield stretching really high. Out to Champion at first five. Champion there goes to Tuffer. It's a big, strong burst in the midfield there. As Pickering there finds Champion. Champion there takes the gap himself. Iwi's there for the blowout. As Pickering's in there doing the blowout, so Solly Malatai goes in to deputise his halfback. Solly Malatai there finds Big Tapo, and he beats one as always, and then takes two with him as he makes 6 metres. Really good run from the big fella. In the quarter, Iwi back on the inside, unders line there. That's a better blowout. Oh, that's much better from Wairarapa Bush. That just created that doubt. And Pickering with the quick tap. Pickering goes to Solly Malatai. Solly Malatai, doesn't find the player. And Maggie's just going to go with the line out.
Yeah, he's been very, very good today, Tupou. He's probably been Wairarapa Bush's best player every time.
Substitution for South Canterbury. Number 21, Sakopi Meyer, coming on for 2021 Heartland Player of the Year, Willie Wright.
Yeah, every time Tupou's had the ball, he's beaten the first player, and he's always got over that advantage line. He's done a great job today for Wairarapa Bush, but again, just a silly, simple little mistake. The pass not going to hand, and they turn the ball over in their own half once again, Wairarapa Bush.
Yeah, we've really got to work on that. Gosh, it's crippling us.
It is, yeah. It's whenever we've sort of looked, like we're gaining some momentum, we sort of do, something like that, which costs us.
And then we've got some more subs coming on now. 16, 17, 18 for South Canterbury. That'll be the whole front row, I would say.
Triple substitution coming up for the Green and Blacks. It's Connor Anderson, Vakatailaga and Tokamata Fakatava replacing King Gray, Grayson Dale and Garrett Casey.
Just from a former front rower, I was massively impressed with Garrett Casey today. I really much enjoyed his game. He threw in the line out. He was a tight head prop. Did the up-the-back ball for one of Briggs' and scored a try himself.
Yeah, no, all three front rows very industrious today. Like you say, Garrett Casey, some extremely good ball skills for a big prop. So no, all three of those played extremely well today for the South Canterbury team.
Tony, as your former coach, I saw you playing for Ryan, and I don't know where you get that comparison.
Tony Haggard just telling us that Tony Lyford was nowhere near as good as any of the South Canterbury props.
Oh, I love it. As Connor Anderson here to throw into the line out, and hits his mark straight away there. As Briggs there finds Biddy Ruarua. Look out. Makes a big break. Beautiful draw and pass. And that will be Samoti in for at least number 2. Could possibly be 3 tries there for Samoti.
Yeah, another great try. Just a simple backs move. You can see Briggs out the back there to the right winger. It was Billy Ruarua, and he draws him past the fullback in. And Samoti can stroll over for his, I think it's a second try.
It is a second? Okay.
A very basic, simple move, but done very, very well over the advantage line, and they score a good try.
They'll be celebrating once again in the Temuka Club. That's where Samoti plays his club rugby.
Try scored by number 15, Luali Samote, converted by Sam Briggs. It's South Canterbury 61, Farriers Wairarapa Bush 7.
As you might have heard the score there, 61 points to 7, South Canterbury over Wairarapa Bush after 55 minutes on the Eastwood Motor Group scoreboard.
Good kick-off there from Champion.
And that was a take from Cranston.
It was.
Not the tallest man in the world as Eddie, but he did very well to get that.
He did, yeah. He walks around like he's 6'8", sorry, 7'8" though.
Yeah. So South Canterbury here have got the ball just inside their own half. I don't think they'll be too Oh, hang on. They've knocked it on. So Wairarapa Bush are going to get the scrum about 42 metres out, or 41 metres out from their line. So this will be on the 15-metre line. This will be nice for Wairarapa Bush to get some possession.
Yeah, hopefully give guys like Tuffa and Solly Malatai some space out there, because we know they are very, very dangerous when they do get that space.
I wouldn't mind seeing Nikora Iwi have a couple of big bursts too. He's a pretty strong runner, is Nikora.
Yeah, he's a big boy. He's not much fun to tackle, I can assure you of that.
So Pickering to feed the scrum. And this battle now will be Tapo here on the loose head side for Wairarapa Bush. I'm not sure who's gone into tight head there for South Canterbury. Maybe Whakatava. And Pickering puts the ball in. It's a good scrum from Wairarapa Bush. Pickering there finds Solly Malatai coming in off his wing, and he gets some good advantage line there, over 5 metres over the advantage line. As Pickering there finds Loader. Loader winds up and gets a good ball away to Smith. Smith's having a good game. It's Andrew Smith. Pickering there to find Champion. Champion with a big cutout ball out to the right wing, out to Flutie. Flutie cuts inside. Flutie up to the 22. Really good stuff from Tristan. And there's Pickering there. Goes to the replacement player for Wairarapa Bush. And then, we've given away another penalty. The referee, Maggie's called the knock on there, so play on. Wairarapa Bush have got the ball here now, inside the 22. And that goes to Nikora Iwi. Nikora Iwi takes the line on himself. And that's a good blowout there from Logan Wakefield. Good stuff. And there's Champion. Champion there finding Tapo. Tapo out the back there to Tuffa. Tuffa hits the ball. And there's Solly Malatai in there with the blowout. Finds Smith. Smith to Tapo. Tapo up to the 22. And there's Cranston over there for the blowout. And there Pickering finds Champion. Champion looks a little chip and chase. Champion. But he's got the ball. Champion. Chip and chase. Champion. Try time to Wairarapa Bush. Awesome little play there from Aidan Champion.
Yeah, and it was him that actually initially set it up with it. A beautiful cutout pass to Tristan Flutie on the right-hand side there. As we look at the replay, it was a slow pass. It was almost a loopy pass here from Pickering. Champion's seen a little gap in behind, and he's got a very good bounce and unbelievable hands. He's done very, very well there. He's tipped it with the right hand into the left hand, and he's gone in under the post for Wairarapa Bush.
Lovely build-up play there by Farriers Wairarapa Bush. Completed by Aidan Champion with a lovely chip and chase to himself. It's South Canterbury 61, Wairarapa Bush 12.
Just really, really pleased to see Wairarapa Bush just fighting and just trying to dig, and they brought some replacements on, which has added some energy for them.
Yeah.
And they've just, they're starting to build a few phases. When they get down there and they can actually hold it for a bit, they're quite dangerous.
Yeah, it would be very, very easy for them when they're 60 points down to sort of put their head down and
Yeah,
say,
they would.
bugger this. But, they've kept fighting. And like you say, that when they have been in that 22, they've shown some glimpses of some good rugby. So it's just a matter of getting that continuity going. And they should be able to score hopefully a few more tries before we finish this game.
So Dominic Hurley has come on, number 17, and so has Sam Walton Sexton at halfback.
Conversion successful there by the try scorer, Aidan Champion. And we have a whole heap of substitutions here with the last 20 minutes coming in. We've got Dominic Hurley replacing Logan Wakefield. And Sam Walter Sexton for South Canterbury, while Lonnie Tomahuni and Dan Patterson, along with Matthew Philly for South Canterbury.
So all the replacements are on now with about 21 minutes to go. She's all go. We'll try and keep up with it. So Sam Walton Sexton in there, gone into halfback for Wairarapa Bush. That's a good blowout from South Canterbury. Walton Sexton digging. No, ruled that Wairarapa Bush has knocked it on. Some really good pressure there from South Canterbury. They committed 5 or 6 to that breakdown, Jeremy.
Yeah, they've done that all day too, haven't they? Whenever Wairarapa Bush have sort of looked reasonably good, they've really hurled the numbers into the breakdown and caused issues for them, and they've done it once again there. And I think it might have been Walton Sexton who knocked the ball on there trying to pick it up. So good pressure there from South Canterbury.
So the score, once again, is 61 points to 14 with 20 minutes to go to South Canterbury on the Eastwood Motor Group Limited scoreboard. As South Canterbury there have got a really nice attacking option here. They're about 10 metres outside their own 22 on attack. and are looking really dangerous. They've got no one on the blind side. If you have a look over there, everyone's on the open side at the moment, and they go to Mia, and then it goes to Zach, and then the Bakaka, the left winger there, hits it up, and they're retaining some good position there. There's Sam Briggs, number 22 there, who is Dan. No, that must be Dan Patterson. So forgive me if we get some of these a little bit wrong now.
Oh,
That was a huge hit. Who was that?
Sam Ciosi.
Sam Ciosi. He's had a good game, Big Sam.
Here we go.
Trouble here. Sam Walton Sexton over to Nico Iwi. Nico Iwi coming down this left-hand side. Good run from Niggs. There's a really good run. He's a good player, Nico. He's a very strong... She ruled it. Blowout coming in from the side.
If we look at the replay here, good. Hey. Great hit. Here's the big hit.
Boom.
Bang. Sam Ciosi take that. And then Wairarapa Bush get the turnover. But unfortunately, they get penalised once they get up over the halfway line.
So they have to be more accurate at breakdown.
Yeah, well, we talked about a minute ago, but South Canterbury, they've been very, very strong on that counter ruck. And once again, they've done that again and managed to win the penalty.
So South Canterbury get the line out here with Connor Anderson to throw into the line out. It's about 10 metres outside the 22 for South Canterbury. He finds his target there at the back of the line out, South Canterbury. So South Canterbury looking to do a rolling maul here, and they're just edging it up metre by metre. They're about 5 metres out now, 3 metres out from the 22. Maggie, the Cogger, the referee, has got an advantage to South Canterbury. Now they're up to the 22, and they're still going forward to South Canterbury. And they're released to the backs. Briggs does a cross kick. Can he get over the top of a Seti Walker's head? Not quite, but he's going to come. Maggie Cogger will come back for the penalty here. It's about on the 22 and about, let's have a look, 15 metres out from the touchline.
Yeah, Andrew Smith looked like he's complaining about not straight in the line out there, and it looks like it's then coming to the side of the maul. You can see Eddie Cranston now talking to the referee, asking what the story is. I think the last couple of penalties have been a bit perplexed by what they've actually been penalised for. But South Canterbury, they've got the ball again. They're going to be in the 22, probably 5 metres out. Lots of options here.
And that's another nice kick right down into the corner there. It means they're only about 6 metres away from the line. As they throw the ball into the line out here, South Canterbury, Connor Anderson. Right down the back of the line, it hits the mark beautifully. This is a really good maul now from South Canterbury. Look out. They're 3 metres from the line, and they've got an advantage here as well. It won't matter. This will be a try. Try time, South Canterbury. That was just unstoppable. They got beautiful men behind the ball there, and it is the hooker. It's the replacement hooker there, Connor Anderson. I think Maggie Cogger might be going for the pocket here. She might be going yellow. I think she might have had enough with this. She's having a talk to Captain Eddie Cranston, but it was a nice try there anyway from Connor Anderson. A beautifully set up maul from South Canterbury.
Yeah, just perfect basic rugby. They set up a good line out at the back there. Got a good drive on. There wasn't a lot of Wairarapa Bush players there to defend it, and they got the steam up, and they've gone over very, very easily.
Try scored there by South Canterbury, number 16, Connor Anderson. South Canterbury 66, lead Farriers Wairarapa Bush 14.
So with about 16 and a half minutes to go, Sam Briggs lines up the conversion. This is a very, very big win already for South Canterbury. I'm not sure of the biggest score that South Canterbury's beaten Wairarapa Bush by, but this would be getting up there. I would well imagine. It's pretty impressive.
Not the biggest yet today though. North Otago beat Horowhenua Kapiti 89-23 earlier on today.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay. From getting below Christchurch, there seems to be a bit of strength in the Heartland competition.
There is indeed. There is indeed.
As Briggs lines it up. And over it goes. That's a conversion to Briggs.
For about 6 or 7
Successful conversion there by South Canterbury, number 10, Sam Briggs. South Canterbury 68, Farriers Wairarapa Bush 14.
As Champion kicks off, Wairarapa Bush putting a bit of pressure on there. And that's a knock on. So Wairarapa Bush are going to get the scrum all day.
All
Jeremy,
day.
they've
It's one area of the game they've done extremely well all day. It's put pressure on that kickoff. I think that's about the fourth time they've managed to turn the ball over there.
Substitution for Farriers Wairarapa Bush, number 16, Ryan Wilson, making his way onto the field, replacing Sam Suasi. And pressure shift from Sam today.
Yeah, Sam Siosi, he's been massive.
Agreed.
Very, very good with the ball in hand, and he's also thrown into the lineouts very well. So a good game from him on a losing side.
Absolutely. And he was the guy that put that huge hit in the midfield that fella will remember.
He was, yes.
As Sam Walton Sexton puts the ball into the scrum there, Loader picks up to Walton Sexton. Walton Sexton, their vice champion, running it. Beautiful cutout ball. No, Maggie Coggerall said that's gone forward. But I could see what Wairarapa Bush was trying to create there, and he did put a Seti Walker and Tristan Flutie looked like they were in a bit of space, but it drifted forward.
Yeah, just trying to copy that pass from earlier, but unfortunately it's just drifted forward. But some good ball there, Walton Sexton running well off the scrum, hitting Champion, and they sort of had players in motion there with options on either side of them. So, again, good looking play, just not quite finishing it off at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. And keep the comments rolling in on Facebook. Some good comments there from down in South Canterbury. Obviously got quite a few people watching. A few comments, go Dad. I love seeing that. Someone's young son there watching the game, which is always cool. And looks like whoever that is has got a bit of a sore knee.
I think it might be the old boy Jared Hawkins by the looks of it.
Oh, that's a big shift from Jared.
Yeah, no, he's always puts in 110% as Jared Hawkins.
He sure does.
But unfortunately, his day is going to come to an end. It looks like Logan Wakefield will come back on the field to replace him.
Nice. So this is a it's a good attacking position here, or is this what?
South Canterbury scrum.
South Canterbury scrum, okay. So they're well inside their own half. So South Canterbury are about, they're about 20 metres inside their own territory, 25 metres inside their own territory. So it'll be interesting to see what their option is here. But that's just the crowd clapping Jared Hawkins off. Like Jeremy said, he must be in his, 37, 38. Big shift from Jared, so well done, old fella.
It's one thing today, actually, the crowd has been right behind Wairarapa Bush today, haven't they? They've been
Certainly
very
have.
loud and supportive of them, which has been good.
As Meyer there picks up from halfback, and that looks like that could be Dan Patterson, I think. I think a couple of the numbers are wrong, but pretty sure that's Dan Patterson. And that's a big, strong run there. Looking from, I think that could be Whakatava. And South Canterbury here looking to come wide. That looks like a big, powerful run there.
Great hands.
And that's one of the numbers that are wrong. And Amoto passes it out here to Bully Ruarua. I think that's Yossi. And Patterson have got different numbers on in the program. So sorry if we get that wrong back in South Canterbury. He's a very well-built unit, number 23.
He is.
Malachi.
Yeah, and he showed some very, very good ball skills.
He did.
To control that ball. But South Canterbury really chucking the ball around now. They're playing some willy-nilly football, and it's, again, they're looking very, very dangerous.
And Ryan Wilson has replaced Sam Siossi on the old hooker. Ryan out of the Gladstone club.
He is, yep. Yeah, no, he had a very, very good club season, did Ryan, and he's been rewarded with the call up to Wairarapa Bush this year.
Nice. And there's Sam Walton Sexton to put the ball in out of the Greydown club. Puts it back in there, and that's a nice pickup. It goes out to Champion. Champion on the inside ball to Solly Malatai. Solly Malatai there beats one, bouncing around. Beats two. And finally gets to the ground there. Walton Sexton picks it up there and goes out the back to Champion. Champion there finds the Wakefield. Wakefield there finds
Iwi.
Iwi, yep, good start. It's hard to see with all the replacements, isn't it? And Iwi hits it up there. Walton Sexton to Loader. Loader crashing through there in the unders line. Walton Sexton finds Flutie. Oh, Flutie just couldn't quite get there in time. Good Tristan. And that's a big handoff there from South Canterbury, but good pressure at the ruck. And they've just going to go back for the advantage for the knock-on from Tristan Flutie. Well, Tristan was hitting that at speed.
It was like a tracer bullet, that was.
Zero fear.
Yeah, there was zero fear because he was running into a player a hell of a lot bigger than he is.
Yeah. So I think just about all the replacements from both teams are on now. Though, I mean, they're probably not used to playing in this kind of heat, to be fair.
No. And of course the turf as well. You know,
Yeah.
playing on the turf, it's a hell of a lot different to playing on grass. It's a lot quicker. So it definitely does take it out of you.
So it's the scoreline is South Canterbury 68, Wairarapa Bush 14, with about 11 and a half minutes to go. As South Canterbury feed the scrum, just over halfway attacking, and they pick up from number 8, and the number 8 there picks up and makes good makes 15 metres there. Does Lonnie. And there's Dan Patterson going back to clean up that ball. And South Canterbury get plenty of numbers to the ruck as they have all day. They definitely work hard on that. And then they just take a one-off runner there. And there's Meyer. He's come on and he's doing some nice passing there. And there goes Feely with the hit up. The replacement flanker, I think, is Feely. Dan Patterson there with a cutout ball. That could be Russell, the captain. He's been on all day. He's had a good game too, has Cam Russell. Out to Patterson at first receiver. And that comes to number 6 there, Solomoni Lavaka. And that's another good run there. That's the 19. That is, yep. That's number 19, Feely. He's had a couple of runs in this set. And that's a penalty.
Yeah, again, discipline. And that was a silly penalty, really.
You just can't afford to be doing that at this level.
No. And of course now with Briggs, you know, middle of the field, he's got options either side. He'll put it, 5 to 10 metres out from the touch line. And once again, Wairarapa Bush are hard on their own line defending.
He's had a good game, has Briggs.
He certainly has. Like I said earlier, he just takes the ball to the line and he gives options, whether that be inside, outside, or as he's shown once or twice when he scored that try, he can go himself.
Absolutely. So South Canterbury have got the line out here, about 4 metres inside their 22. Nice attacking option here for South Canterbury. It's a short line out. Looks like they've only got 3 in there. As Connor Anderson has hit his mark since he's been on. He started last week, did Connor? Oh, and they do the variation. It's good variation from South Canterbury as they've... And there's Meyer, halfback, picking up the ball, feeding it on there to Amoto. But Amoto got hit hard that time. Smitty. But no, they were offside.
Yeah, that was Tupou and Smitty, Andrew Smith. They're a big defence again from then. But unfortunately, they were offside, and South Canterbury get another penalty.
And that's right down now, 5 metres out from the line. And as we saw from the last try from South Canterbury, their rolling wall is actually pretty devastating. So Wairarapa Bush are going to have to, and if they wouldn't want to infringe because Maggie pulled them out and said no more.
Correct, yeah. It'll be a yellow card if they do give away a penalty here. I'd imagine they'll be going down the back and going that driving wall again.
And there it goes to the blind side. Lavaka takes it in. It's going to the back of the right. It's going to the back of the maul.
Good defence.
It is. That's much better from Wairarapa Bush. Really good. Well done. As he does a little pick and go there, does the South Canterbury player. And there's Meyer. Picks up. Does the inside unders ball there. And that was to the left winger, Pakaka. Oh no, Maggie's come back for something. And there's big number 19, Feely. I think it is. Held up.
Great defence.
Some good heart being shown here from Wairarapa Bush.
There is, yeah. They defended very well in the last 5 minutes.
Champion's got the ball. He's going to go. He's done the quick drop out. That didn't go 5.
Hasn't gone 5 metres. Well, I guess that there just sums up the day, doesn't it, really?
It does.
It was probably 4.5 metres, but it was quite clearly caught inside the 5 metre. So South Canterbury will get the scrum. Middle of the field, 5 metres from the try line, and we've seen this 2 or 3 times today. Yeah, and dare I say it, we could see the number 8 off the back again.
Yep. It's so you're 1 for 2 because the other one, the scrum got screwed. Did the flick? They scored though.
Yeah,
they scored.
They did score.
So it's 2 for 2 when it comes to tries from this position.
Yeah.
So let's see how South Canterbury go here. This is this is the best attacking position in rugby again. There's Meyer there, puts the ball in. Number 8 picks up. It's a nice tackle there from Cranston. Nice and low. Digging. Wairarapa Bush here, got plenty of numbers there in defence. It's come out the side. That might have gone, no, it hasn't gone forward. Referee rules play on there. South Canterbury just looking to retain now. They're getting plenty of men in attacking position. It's another strong run there, straight through the middle there from South Canterbury with a really good strike. Oh, well done, Wairarapa Bush.
Yeah, great defence, Wairarapa Bush there.
To Poe.
Yeah, he has been immense. He's been by far the best Wairarapa Bush player out there today. And again, he's shown, done very, very well there.
As champion looks to find the touch line and does. That's good. That takes them up to the 40-metre line and they'll get the line out. So Wairarapa Bush hanging tough here with 6 minutes to go.
Yeah.
They haven't conceded any points now for probably 12, 15 minutes.
Yeah, and they've been harder on their own line for probably 7 or 8 of those,
Yep.
those 12 minutes. So they've done very well. Some good defence from Tupou and also Andrew Smith. He's another one who's played very well today, I feel.
Absolutely. As it comes out wide here to Nikora Iwi. Nikora Iwi finds Sali Malatai down. Oh,
Forward pass.
Referees ruled a forward pass there, unfortunately.
As we come back for the forward pass there, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the faithful fans for tuning out here at Memorial Park for Farriers Wairarapa Bush. Well, today will not be our day. We look forward to seeing you back here on the 8th of October as Farriers Wairarapa Bush host Bulla in the final round of the Bunnings Warehouse Heartland Championship.
As South Canterbury here have got the feed and loose head to the scrum. There's some messages there coming in from Tamuka. Been a good day for the Tamuka crew.
Yeah. Zach Mackay, I don't think he's on the field anymore, unfortunately, but he was very impressive early on with a couple of very, very good cutout passes.
Certainly was. Very impressive, the centre. And I definitely know the fullbacks from there as well, Samoti. So now we're down to about 5.5 minutes to go here. Some of the replacements have just changed the flow, especially at scrum time. They started to get the scrum started to get a bit of a flow, but it's sort of been a bit of a problem in the last few minutes.
Yeah, well, I mean, both teams sort of almost cleared the bench at the same time. There was 3 or 4 subs coming on at once, and that always does start hurt that flow a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. And that's a free kick there. Free kick. And they take it quickly, as South Canterbury's done all day. And Briggs takes the line on. Champion there with a nice tackle low on Briggs. South Canterbury with good numbers in there. Meyer in there getting the ball out quickly. And he's taking the line on, but he knocks it on there, the South Canterbury player. Just a few mistakes starting to come into the game. Jeremy?
It is, yeah. Probably the last 5 minutes, it's sort of been a bit tit for tat, hasn't it? There's been a lot of forward passes and little knock-ons, and 4 minutes to go, like you said, hot day out there on the turf, quick running rugby. There's probably a few tired legs out there now, and that's sort of starting to show a little bit.
Just thinking about that result you said before, Horowhenua going down, conceding 89 points. I thought our score was pretty crazy that Wairarapa Bush was conceding.
Yeah, and I saw the first sort of 10 minutes. Horowhenua were up 3-0 after about 10 minutes.
Wow.
North Otago must have really put it on in that second half.
There's some interesting results.
Yeah, 33-16 at half-time in that game. So they scored.
As Sam Walton-Sexton there finds Tristan Flutie on the right-hand side of the field as Flutie looks to take it. It's a nice tackle there. Walton-Sexton in there getting it nice quickly out there to Loader. Loader takes the hit up, makes 5 metres. It's a good run there from Jack Loader. And they get the penalty there, Wairarapa Bush from South Canterbury coming in from the side. Takes it quickly, does Walton-Sexton. Walton-Sexton there finds Champion. Champion finds Cranston. Cranston looking to take the line on. Cranston looking to the right between two players. Beats 1, beats 2 does Cranston. Cranston goes up to he's at 40 metres inside, 10 metres inside Wairarapa Bush half. As it goes out to Smith. Smith over the 40 metre line there. Does a little pop off to Ryan Wilson. Ryan Wilson there takes it up again. As it comes out to Jack Loader. At full speed is Big Jack. Crunching it up 10 metres out to about 5 metres out from the line there. 5 metres out from the 22, sorry. As Wairarapa Bush look to retain possession, there's Smitty in there again. Andrew Smith out to Big Tupou. Tupou beats 1, beats 2 over the 20 metre line, does Tupou. And Walton-Sexton in there digging. Pops a nice little ball over there. And that looks like Logan Wakefield, who's back on the field with a nice run. That's Wairarapa Bush are about 15. Oh, and they've conceded another penalty. That one's for not releasing that one.
Yeah, story of the day. Story of the day. Just when they look like they're about to score, they are penalised again. But again, South Canterbury, the counter ruck, they've been brilliant. You know, there's been 3 or 4 times where Wairarapa Bush have made breaks that look very, very dangerous, and South Canterbury have got 4 players there and turned it over. But that's not gone out.
Seri Waka takes the ball, and it comes out to Champion. Champion out here to Nikora Iwi. Nikora Iwi takes the line on. Passes it out there, Sally Malatai. Sally Malatai's in space. Sally Malatai over the 22. He needs support there. Eddie Cranston's right there for the blowout. And then Cranston there, and they've just slowed the ball right down, unfortunately. But that's why, because South Canterbury came off their feet. Walton Sexton there takes it up. And there's the big prop, number 18. 1 metre from the line is the big man, James Coburn. And there goes number 12, Tuffa. It's close. Try time. And I think that's Walton Sexton. He took the quick tap. Wairarapa Bush are just continually fighting here. I mean, I know there are a lot of points behind, but they're definitely not giving up, which is really encouraging.
Yeah, and if you look at the replay here, very well played from Nikora Iwi there. He's drawn in 3 players, Soli Malatai on the outside. I tell you what, there's not many people that run down Soli Malatai, but it was Ramuwai who managed to do that. They get the penalties. Walton Sexton takes the ball quickly. A good hit up there from, was it Coburn, wasn't it? And Tuffa gets very,
Great try there
very
by
close.
Walton Sexton, trying to get confirmation if it is. Last try wins today. Currently 3 tries for Wairarapa Bush, 1 more for the bonus point.
Last try wins. Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah,
Wouldn't that be nice?
Certainly would be. As the score now is 68 points to 19 with no time left as South Canterbury kicks off. And Cranston up there, but it's hit back by South Canterbury. South Canterbury looking to play the game, the last try wins game. They don't. There's a lovely cutout ball there from Patterson, but no, it's found nobody. And there's the South Canterbury left wing. I've been very impressed with him today, Bakaka. And that's some very good hands out there in the midfield. Wairarapa Bush's defence there, they're still working really, really hard. South Canterbury retaining some good possession. And that's an out the back ball. And there's the big lock, Amato. And there's Buriruarua. Back to Amato, the big man. He's still going strong after 80 minutes, that big fella. He's had a great game. Briggs there, out to Lavaka. Big, strong run there into Smith. Smith's not giving any ground, though. He's going hard. Looks like he might have come off second best that time, though. And there's Feely. And he's the replacement loose forward has come on. He's had a lot of runs since he's come on. And there's Briggs. Briggs out there. South Canterbury going strong right at the end here, but that looks like it's gone back. Unfortunately for South Canterbury, they've got a man down here. That doesn't look so good. South Canterbury take it up there. Looks like it could have been Bully Ruarua. They're looking to retain possession. Yeah, it was. And then he's gone into there. The first receiver is Bully Ruarua. Pops it out there to the big front rower, Fakatava. Fakatava hits it up. It's gone out to Briggs. Briggs does a cutout ball out there into the midfield. And he's had a strong go. That's a lovely offload back inside to Patterson. I think that's Dan Patterson. And try to finish off the game. So they even win that. The game of last try wins, does South Canterbury. And I'm pretty sure that's Dan Patterson, even though the number doesn't say it is.
Yeah.
And that makes the score 73 points to 19 on, and there's no time left on the Eastwood Motor Group Limited scoreboard.
Yeah, and I mean, again, they've gone the full distance here, haven't they? 80 minutes, and they're still trying to score tries, and they do that right on the 82nd minute. They've been very, very impressive today, South Canterbury. Wairarapa Bush they've tried hard, and they've shown some glimpses at times. The scrum again was pretty solid. There was a couple of times where they looked very good attacking. They scored some good tries, but I think at the end of the day, they've just been beaten by a better side today, and. You wouldn't be surprised to see South Canterbury score this amount of points against a lot of other teams as well.
Unsuccessful
Version there of the Dan Patterson try. It's full time here at Memorial Park. It's South Canterbury 73 defeating Farriers Wairarapa Bush 19. Thanks again for coming out, and we look forward to seeing you back here in a few weeks' time as we take on Buller.
So, Jeremy, just to have a bit of a chat and then sum up the game, all in all, Wairarapa Bush, I thought, from a Wairarapa Bush perspective, we just didn't do our 1% as well. We just made a lot of basic mistakes and our discipline was poor.
Yeah, that was it. And we talked about that at half-time, didn't we? Those 2 errors. There's a couple of simple errors at times which cost them when they were, hot on attack. and the penalty count. I mean, I don't have the total penalty count here, but again, in the second half, they sort of gave away a lot of penalties, and it allowed South Canterbury to get down in their half and, you know, score some good tries. But like I said, you know, they're a very, very impressive side, South Canterbury. You know, I think they're probably hot favourites to win this competition. So, you know, the Bush boys, again, they showed some glimpses today. So there's still hope there, and they've got a couple of games coming up against probably some of the sides that are down lower on the table. So we've got West Coast next week, and East Coast the week after. So, you know, hopefully they can regroup this week, you know, work on those little basic things and come back out fighting next week.
Nice. And from a South Canterbury point of view, I thought that some of their play was, I thought the way they made really good decisions around the ruck, how many to commit, when not to commit, and the counter ruck. I thought their attacking play, I thought they always had a number of options. They had an out the back option, they had options both sides. I thought Briggs, I thought Willie Wright was I thought the front row, who was a new front row from last week, which is pretty scary for the rest of the competition. Garrett Casey was outstanding. Henry Bryce, Amoto, gosh,
Yeah.
you know what, they were pretty impressive.
Across the park, you know, you've nearly mentioned every single player there, but you're dead right. You know, they've got big ball runners. Those guys made big meters all day, and like I said earlier, you know, that just makes it so much easier for your halfback and your 10. You know, good front foot ball gives you options, and they've got, you know, good forwards, good 9-10, and very good outsides and good centres. They're good across the park. So when you are getting that good front foot ball, it's very, very difficult to stop them.
So no, yeah, look, I completely agree. So thank you very much for tuning in today, and big thank you to Jeremy Anderson, and this is Tony Lyford. We'll be signing off, and thanks to Toby as always for doing a great job there with the coverage, and I hope you enjoyed the coverage down in South Canterbury, and go and have a nice weekend.
I've been around for a long time. I know my fair share of good and bad. Trying to walk in a straight line, doing my best with the hand I have. I take the same dose as everyone, the same pills, the same old fashioned. But
Looks like a try. I think it was Jeremy.
what's so wrong with a little distraction? What does that say about me? Is it something I'm not seeing? Tell me again, but I can't listen. Maybe I had some pieces missing. After following blindly, even with some good karma brewing, it's getting harder to find me. Too many pitfalls of my racing.